Yes, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Dose podcast. Today, we have another very special guest on the show. This guy has blown up out of nowhere over the last year or so. He's one of the most talked about newcomers right now. CJA, what's going on, man?
Living my best life, man. How about you?
All good, mate. Thank you very much for taking the time to come on, man. I appreciate it. But
No, thank you for having me.
definitely, man. I've been excited for this episode for a while, and we booked it in a while ago, and things have come up, unfortunately. So I'm glad we're finally getting this in. But in terms of yourself, man, like how was it that you got into battle rap from the beginning then?
So I was probably like 16, 17. I was a young kid, I guess. And I was just scrolling through the internet, and on my YouTube recommendation was Kid Twist and Dumbfounded.
Okay.
And so I watched that originally. I was big into watching it, not really like doing it. But outside my high school, they used to have like these roast circles, and I got pushed into one day, and the guy roasted me. I can't remember what he said, but I roasted him back, and the crowd went nuts. And I just remember loving that feeling of like having the crowd go crazy. I was like, I might fucking just fuck around and do this, And that's basically how I just got into battle rap. Is just was getting picked on and was like, you know what, I'm gonna fight back. Fuck it.
Nice. I like it, man. It's a different story to most anyway, so it's good to hear. But like seeing Kid Twist and Dumbfounded as your first battle as well, like that's a classic, right?
Yeah, it's such a high like quality battle, like especially back in that format, dude. Like Kid Twist and Dumbfounded were like the king of jokes. So like Kid Twist's like he rebutted, he did everything. He was my first like favorite battler. I had his merch and everything. So like him and Dumbfounded is always a classic to me. It's what I try to put people on, like with the old style of battle rap. Be like, this is what it
Nice.
used to be
Yeah,
compared to
man,
what it is now.
definitely. And like, I mean, with yourself, you've been battling for, is it about 3 years now, give or take?
No, it's actually a little bit longer than that. It's probably around 6,
Okay.
actually.
I mean, the first battle that I was able to find online for you was, I think the guy was called Quake the Don.
Oh yeah, there's actually a lot earlier footage back in the day, but I used to go by like a weird Jay-Z complex. I used to have a hyphen in the middle of my name. It used to be CJ-A, right? Because
Right.
obviously CJA is just my initials, Christian Jacob Alexander. So I was like, I got to make it different than just the letters CJA. So I was like, oh, I'll fucking throw a hyphen in the middle. So I used to rap under the name CJA and with the hyphen in the middle. And the oldest footage under that name is actually against a dude named Pharaoh Lion on the same league as me and Quake, but just a lot earlier.
Okay. Right. That makes a bit more sense then. So, yeah, I mean, any, to be honest, any battles under the name CJ hyphen A, I mean, I think I've probably missed, to be honest. Like the
Yeah.
the battle that kind of made me aware of yourself. So the first battle that I saw was the memo battle on 413.
Oh yeah, that I got my ass whooped in that one, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was one of the most insecure I've ever felt leaving a battle. Like, wow, I really just got my fucking ass whooped. And I was so confident going into that battle too.
Yeah, and I mean Memo is he's very underrated though, right?
Yeah, I mean, in New England, he's like one of the top guys. But if you like ask around, he's not really known that well out there. But he's still one of my favorites to ever do it in
Definitely.
regards to his style.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
going to put him against Twerk or Nitty, but like he whooped Carter Deem's ass. Like he's beaten a lot of notable people. When it comes to doing what Memo does, he's really one of the best.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his as well. But yeah, man, I mean, your rise in battle rap, especially over the last few years, like you've been very talked about recently. Like, was there what do you feel was like your breaking point in battle rap where people started to notice you more?
Well, notice me more, probably the Wes Landry incident. I mean, you can't bring up my name without discussing the incidents that obviously occurred in my name, either the chokehold or the biggest pause. And I say it's the biggest pause in battle rap history, and I'm not afraid to say that. But like, I think right at that Wes Landry time, people were like, "What the fuck did this guy just say? He was eating what?" And then watch the battle and like, this kid's fucking fire. And so I think that's where I really started to take off. Chilla really put me up against his like top gun in Wes, because Wes is incredible. But Chilla really put me up, and I stood the task. You know, besides that incident, I thought I was well on my way to win that battle. I thought 2 rounds in, I'm like, I'm gonna win. Like, this is not even gonna be close. And then I had the biggest pause in history. But that's when people really started to like look at me like, oh, he's pretty fucking fire. So that's what I think, at least.
Nice. Yeah, makes sense, man. And it is a great battle. That's like the first 2 rounds, like you said, you were fucking cooking in that. So it was
I
amazing to
felt
watch.
on top of the world, dude. Like, I literally, like, no one had me winning going into that battle. I was sparring with the Rainmakers, and they're like, dude, no one's really punched with Wes like you are, like, going into this when I was sparring with them. And they're like, no one's really done this, because Wes is from Premier Rap Battle League from America. And so are pretty much most of the Rainmakers, Saint, Doe, King Fame. They're all from Premier. So they're obviously very familiar with Wes. And they were like, no one's really punched with him like you're about to. And going into that second round, I was like, man, I'm on top of the world. And then the third happened, and that's another one where I was like, man, I'm never going to recover from this. This is bad. But it was what it was. So I think that battle it's one of my favorites that I've done for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I like it, man. And then, like, a lot of your battles seem to be around the New England area, but you're not actually from New England, is that right?
That is absolutely correct. I'm from Rochester, New York, 585, and from a little small suburb in there called Irondequoit. So if you ever hear my slogan, me saying it's I-Town, pussy, and your mom's a cunt, I-Town is Irondequoit. It's where I grew up, little suburban area. You know, that's my thing. That's my
Right,
place.
okay. That makes sense. But like, how come you kind of do so many battles in New England then? Is that easier to get to than like New York and places like that for you?
No, as weird as it is, it's not. Like, Massachusetts is just not as easy accessible as New York City. But the reason I got into Massachusetts battle rap is you interviewed Bill Blaze, obviously, with ECCM. They are No Coast New England now. They were originally starting this tournament in this rap group on Facebook called Cat Mob. And they were like, let's do a tournament here with all these guys all around the country, blah, 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 blah. I entered in it and did pretty fucking well for a guy they had no idea who it was, and a guy who really hadn't battled on cam, right? So I ended up doing that. I got eliminated in like the second round. I was robbed, by the way. I'll say that until I die. I was definitely robbed. But I ended up going and linking up with Billy Harvey, and he was like, hey, I'm throwing my first event in Massachusetts. Do you want to come? And I would be like, yeah, I'm definitely down to do that. And I ended up battling for ECCM for my first time in Mass. It might have been my second time, actually. I did battle on a 413 tryout card. It might have been like a month or like 3 or 4 months before. But I'll always consider ECCM like my home and how I really got my first like start in Mass. And that's sort of why I went there, is because it was just an opportunity to travel. I've always loved traveling. I want to do it more. And I thought it was a great opportunity against the guy who I thought I was going to beat. And I went there and did my thing.
Nice. Yeah, cool, man. I like it. And I mean, the vibe at the CCM events is it's different as well, right? Like it's so much fun at those events from what I can gather.
Yeah, dude. Like they say, as always, like I remember when you were talking about it with Billy, where you were like, it just seems like we really embody family shit. Like that's our slogan, them and No Coast. Like we really try to embody having fun at events. Like, because battle rap is such a fucking competitive sport. You know what I mean? It's everybody's in each other's face, yelling, telling how they're gonna fuck each other's wives and kill people. But like the ECCM, we do that. But after that, it's just fun. You know what I mean? I've been more fucked up at ECCM than there. They used to have this one spot at ECCM, and I remember getting fucking hammered after every battle I've had. It's a lot of fun at ECCM events, man. It's always a blast.
Nice, man. Yeah, it comes across on camera as well, to be fair. But like, what was the first ever battle event that you attended then? Did you attend as a fan first, or did you kind of just
Yeah.
jump straight in?
So the first time I've ever got like introduced into my local scene in Rochester, right? One of my one guy who ends up becoming one of my best friends and one of my teammates in a different team besides Rainmakers called Rado. His name's OJ. OJ hit me up after I posted like this little fucking like snippet of me just rapping. He's like, "Have you ever heard of like battle rap?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a big King of the Dot fan." Um, I didn't really venture much into any other thing. He's like, "Well, we have a local league here. Why don't you come to one of our events and see how it looks?" And it was this thing. It's no longer around, but it was on BAL Battle League. And I went and checked out the vibe and everything. And I was a little nervous going into there because I didn't really know what to expect. But I ended up attending that event as a fan and just being like, wow, this shit is lit. Like, I want to fucking do this. I'm definitely the standout white kid, though, in my home events, you know what I mean? But I went in there and just watched all these battles of people. I had no idea who they were and just had a fucking blast. You know, it was awesome. And I really attended battle rap events first before I really dabbled into battling, even though I knew I always wanted to.
Nice, yeah, nice, man. That's cool. And I've not heard of the league before either, so I'm gonna check some of that stuff out. But like,
Yeah, it's a lot of older stuff. Like they don't produce any new content anymore at all. Shout out Mitri. He produced one of my favorite like Rochester battles where another one of my guys in Rado named Chase, he's actually on Smack, Chase Paper. Was in the PGs, had a couple drops and everything on the app or on the page and whatnot. He actually battled Bill Collector on that league, and that battle is one of my favorite battles to watch. Just replay value after replay value. I've always loved that battle.
nice,
But yeah, BAL turned into 24/7, and then 24/7 turned into On-Site Battle League, where you found me and Quake.
right, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check out Chase Paper versus Bill Collector. I'm a big Bill fan, so that'll be good. But like, out of all the battles that you've been a part of now, like, what personally is your favorite battle of yours so far?
Oh man, there's times I think probably it's me and G Show, just because I love the back and forth. G Show was like a sort of a heavy underdog coming into Mass, where I made my name, and he did really well. I like when my opponents have to do really well, like G Show did, or I have to go in there and whoop your ass for it to be my favorite. So like my favorite back and forth, I think, is me and G Show, because he took angles that not a lot of people heard before, like the whole pause incident. That was the first battle after that. So he had a couple fresh things I'd never heard before. And he also had some birthmark flips that I had never heard in my life. A lot of people call it a mole. It's really a birthmark, but like he had some fucking mole flips that were absolutely ridiculous. Like I think he said my favorite bar ever said against me. He said he's heard all the jokes before, so it really doesn't faze him, even though he had a mole under his nose like a double agent. And I thought that was like some of the best writing I've ever heard in my life. And I just was like, man, I'm in trouble. Like that was one of the times in battle rap where I was like, I'm in trouble. This guy's good, you know? So I would say me and G Show is my favorite back and forth. And then my favorite ass whooping is me versus foul play. It was the time where I just was very motivated for the first time in battle rap in a while because the dude just kept talking shit. And then he got way too drunk and got fucked up, and I just 30'd him really easily. So I would say
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite ass whoopings.
Yeah, the G Show battle is amazing on both sides, to be fair. I really like that battle, and I'm a big fan of both of you. And then, yeah, the foul play one is he's a bit of a mess in that one, to be fair to him.
Yeah, dude. He kept, as soon as I got to the venue, funny story, as soon as I got to the venue, he was like, I'm going to fuck you up tonight. And I knew he was already a little drunk. And I'm like, if he keeps drinking, like, this is not going to be good for him. Because me personally, I don't like to drink before battles. After battles, I'll have a fucking blast. But, like, before battles, I'm way too competitive to go in there and get my ass kicked because I'm too drunk. You know what I mean? I'm a competitor more than anything. I want to fucking win. I don't care what it is. I want to win. We could be playing horseshoes. I'm gonna try my fucking hardest. I don't care if you got me playing a one-on-one, like, versus, I don't know, like, I could play in wheelchair basketball. I'm still gonna try to drop 60. I'm competitive. I want to win. You know, like
it.
fuck that.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, man. And yeah, he definitely he missed his chance with that battle. To be fair to him, I don't think I've watched much of his stuff since either. But yeah, you're very good in that. To be fair, and like, do you have like a least favorite battle of yours personally?
Yeah, I don't like the Quake battle at all. The one you found from onsite, I didn't like that battle at all. Just personally, it was me being very unmotivated at the time. It was just onsite at that time. Shout out to them. They grew into a really big league here in Rochester. They've produced a lot of talent for multiple different stages, Smack, all these other things, right? But it was their first event, and I was like, man, all these leagues have came and gone. Why on earth should I take this serious? And Quake went in there, and I mean, I had some pretty dope material, but it just wasn't me. It wasn't who I was. And I really don't like that battle at all. And I don't like any of the angles Quake took. I thought it was ass. But the crowd loved it, and it was a full house. So I felt like demoralized that I didn't take it serious because it was such a full house, packed event, and I wasn't prepared. So I don't think that's one of my favorites.
No, that makes sense, man. I can understand that, but yeah, I don't think it's a bad showing. Like you didn't kind of choke or anything like that, so it's not terrible.
When you hear, like, but my thing is, when it comes to like battle rap, I was not 100%, and anything from but 100% from me, I see as a failure. I don't really like to be not at my best, because I know on my best I can beat anybody, in my opinion at least. I think I can go toe to toe with the best in the world when I'm on my A game, but when I'm not, I look at it as like, this is my fault. You know, I'm, like I said, I'm a competitor. If I'm not giving my 100%, why am I doing it? You know.
Fair enough. No, and it's a good way to look at it as well, man. I like that. It's refreshing to hear. But like, out of all the events that you've been to now, which is, quite a few, you must have done upwards of 20 battles now then, is that right?
Probably a little more than that. I've had a lot of shit that's got vaulted just because, like, and I'd get paid for them, but like, I still want the footage to come out. Like, people would pay me to go against their top dogs in like Niagara Falls and shit, and then they wouldn't drop the footage because I whooped their ass, and it's like, so I've probably had actually more like 30 to 40 battles, and most of them are just getting vaulted because I'm just millie rocking people.
Nice, man. Like, what for you stands out as the best battle that you've seen live personally?
Oh man, it's probably not at like a smaller event. Oh fuck, I don't know. Like, personally, I think one of my favorite battles I've seen, just as like a fan, I really loved. People who know me know Rum Nitty is like my favorite battle rapper ever. I love, like, he's my favorite. He is my ultimate goal, who I want to battle one day. So seeing him live, the first time I saw him versus Sharon at the most recent mass, like, that's probably my favorite battle I've seen live, just because I'm such a big Rum Nitty fan, dog. Like, I idolize him, dude. He's my favorite.
Nice. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm a huge Rum fan myself, but yeah, he was really good against Sharon as well, to be fair. So it's cool that you
Yeah.
got to see that
And
live.
I've seen like historical, but like I saw like Johnny and I think Billy both brought it up. I've seen Hollow and Diz, but like, and I'm big fans of them as well, especially Hollow. I'm not really a big Diz fan, but and I get a lot of slack for that, but like whatever. But I've seen like historical battles, but just man, I'm such a big Rum Nitty fan, so that's my answer is Rum and Sharon.
No, it's a good answer, man. I like that a lot. And like, what would you say is the best battle you've seen on a card that you've battled on? Then
Oh, okay. Um, well, technically, I did battle on day 2 of that event, but um, probably I'm trying to think of all like because like you said, there's been so many fucking events that I've been to. I think just one of my favorite. It's not one of my favorite back and forths, but just watching the performance live, seeing it there. One of my favorite battles that I've seen is Saint and Doe versus Maroney and Hush. And
okay,
just being in the building there and everyone in Mass, like the twins are pretty much unbeatable in Mass, pretty much. You cannot beat them. You'll have a debatable with them in any other place in the world if you show up at 100%. But if you come to Mass, good fucking luck. Like good fucking luck. And just seeing them, the way they prep, man, is just they're so meticulous with their shit. So like with having that personal connection to them, seeing them whoop Hush and Maroney's ass like through round 1 and just seeing how salty it was, that's probably my favorite battle that I've seen where I was on the card. I love little local battlers more than higher ranked battlers, to be honest. Like I would say I'm more of a fan of T Sawyer and Memo and Saint and Doe than I am of Rida and Jack Boy. And like, like I love the local scene, man. I love it.
nice. Yeah, no, I rate that, man. And yeah, I'm similar myself. But like you said that Sir Saint and Doe are pretty much undefeatable in Mass.
I would say so. They've brought in some of the top tag teams in the world, and I haven't seen them take a clear loss yet.
If Shuffle T and Marlowe was to come over and battle them,
Oh man, it would be such a style clash. You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't doubt Shuffle T and Marlowe, man, are probably like top. I don't know. I could put them in my goat if I want to. It all depends. But like when you go into a battle with Saint and Doe, it's a lot of aggression. And I think that comedy could do that and beat that easily. I really do, because comedy beats me all the time and I'm aggressive. But it's got to be in the right region. If you do that in Mass, they're not going to buy it because Mass is an aggressive place. That's part of the reason why I made the move battle rap wise to Mass is because I'm aggressive and I know they love that style. And I just think that it would be such a fucking good battle if that were to happen in Mass,
yeah, yeah. Do you know what I've said this a few times now. Like I think really, really highly of Saint and Doe as well. So I want to see them get a bit more of a push and get bigger. But I think in a few, like if they had a few more 2-on-2s against bigger names, I think that would be a crazy battle for a mass card, a King of the Dot card.
This is what I've wanted for fucking like since last year. I want King of the Dot to obviously push, especially because I'm part of it. I want them to push more of their younger talent. You know what I mean? Smack does that very well. King of the Dot, I'll be honest, doesn't do it great. Like you don't see a lot of the new names get pushed onto main cards. I think the most recent ones we've seen are like Saint LA,
Yeah,
or RX. The Cali division does a great job of putting their new guys on the cards, and getting them the main page looks. Other divisions, it's not always that way. But I've seen like I want to see personally, like if I had to make a card for like Mass 6, I would want Saint and Doe to battle Chrome and Machete. I think
okay.
that would be a perfect style clash. Machete and Chrome are both funny as fuck, and honestly, they don't like each other. Like, I've talked to Machete and Chrome, and I've obviously talked to Saint and Doe. They don't fucking like each other. They both hate each other. And I think that'd be such a good match to be at Mass 6. Just like the opening battle. The bottom 2 battles should be local talents going up against bigger names. And then, then your main cards, the Geechees, the Sharones, the Pass, That's what I want, King of the Dot. I think King of the Dot, every fucking card, the bottom 2 matches of a day 1 should be up-and-coming talent. And I would love to see Saint and Doe versus Machete and Chrome.
Yeah, that would be incredible, actually. I like that matchup a lot as well. But, like, with yourself, so obviously you don't really get to battle much, like, local to yourself in that sense. So what's the longest amount of time you've had to spend traveling to an event?
Yeah, wow. It's probably Mass. I travel about 5.5 to 6 hours driving, if I'm driving to Mass, depending on where I go. Like ECCM is about 5 to 6, 413 is about 4. MBA was about 6 to 7, and I just normally take those drives. I love to drive, so like I think it's fun as fuck. I don't mind it ever, but it's probably around 6-7 hours.
Right.
Is
Okay.
my longest drive. It's
'Cause,
crazy
like,
to think like another state is farther away to me than Toronto is. Like Toronto's only like a 3-hour drive.
yeah, I was gonna say, so you're closer to Toronto than you are to like Boston and stuff, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Amunda.
Yeah, it always fascinates me with like when I'm speaking to guys from North America that are doing events in different cities and stuff, just because for us, like the furthest that you can really go for a battle event in the UK is like going from say London to an event in Scotland, which will probably take you about 7 hours maybe.
Wow. That's it? Like
Whereas,
a whole different country, 7 hours?
oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean,
Holy shit.
I lived in Germany for a while, and I've drove from Germany back to the UK a few times, and it's taken like 14 hours.
Holy shit.
Europe's
That's
a
see,
very
I don't
compact place, man.
I don't think I could ever fucking do that. I mean, that's fucking wild. But it's crazy to think like I don't ever think of like the UK being so close. Like I don't know why, maybe it's just the stupidity of me, but I really don't ever think of Europe being as compacted as it is. That's just
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, no, I can appreciate that, but yeah, it's crazy, man. You can kind of go backpacking around Europe in probably about 2 weeks and see maybe 15 to 20 different countries, but yeah,
Wow.
it's a small place in comparison. But I remember years ago, like the reason it interests me so much is because I've still not been to North America yet. And
Oh.
I remember on the Dirtbag Dan show, they said that they booked. I don't know if you're aware of Michael White from Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy. But they booked him for a battle on bots in San Jose, and he decided to take a Greyhound from.
Holy shit. That's gotta be so long. It's gotta take well over a day, probably.
Yeah, so he lives in Corpus Christi, which is like right next to the Mexican border as well, I think.
Right. Yep.
Um, and he took a Greyhound to San Jose, and they said it took him like 2.5 days. And
Holy shit.
to me, like I realize America's a massive country, but I didn't
It's
like
still crazy.
when you look at a map, like California and Texas are only like 3 states apart or whatever. So
Right.
it just didn't make
Right.
sense to me at the time. But yeah,
And Greyhound, as a guy who's taken a Greyhound, man, because like obviously, if a battle league's offering to pay my travel, I'm not gonna be like, hey, you have to buy me a flight. I'm not that cunty. You know what I mean? But I've taken a Greyhound before, and Mass, like I said, is like a 5-6 hour drive, but it took like 10 on a Greyhound and on a train even because you have to make stops and shit. So I could see it being 2 days. just because you have to make so many fucking stops in so many different states, layovers, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that though. It sucks
It's
though.
crazy. But yeah,
Like
man,
fuck that. I'm so glad I'm at the point of battle rap. Like, not to sound like cocky, but I've definitely moved up in the ranks to the point where people want to pay for my travel, where I can ask for the most convenient travel for me, and they're like, okay, fine.
Definitely, man.
You know?
Yeah. And from what I remember, I think Dirtbag Dan offered to pay for his flight and he turned it down. So more for that guy, I
It could
suppose.
never be me. Yeah, all for him, but it could never be me. Fuck that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I've always been fascinated in hearing like stories about traveling to events and stuff since then. But I mean, like with yourself, do you have a list of opponents that you want, like people that you'd really like to battle personally, and do you think you could pick like a top 5 of people that you want to battle?
Yeah. Are we talking like local level, or are we talking like bigger like names? Because I can give you both if you need it.
So if we say 3 of each.
Okay, that's cool with me. Um, I think obviously the bigger names, I'm gonna do the guys who I idolize the most. Um, I think, I think I would go with Nitty at my number one. Like, once I battle Nitty, I'm done with battle rap because I really have nothing else to look forward to, unless money, obviously. But Nitty is my number one. Twerk it too, because everyone says I sound like Twerk, so I might as well do it, right? And he's one of my favorites, a serious Twerk at least. And 3 would be Chilla, just because I think it would be such a great storyline. Chilla's really helped develop my career. I'm pretty close with Chilla. Like, I message him a decent amount. Um, and I think me and Chilla would have a great battle, especially with the bag he's in right now, man. And Chilla's on a fucking roll to where he
Definitely.
was, you know. So I think that's my 3 of like bigger names, smaller names, people you obviously you might know a couple. Like, I really want to battle King Jables. I think he's my number one at like local level. I think me and him on Mass 6 would have the fucking place going crazy to start the night. You know what I mean? 2 heavy fucking punchers. Um, and imagine that on a Mass 6 card, especially in a place where I made my name. I think the crowd would go absolutely fucking nuts for me and Jables.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, and I really want to battle. Who else? I've always wanted to battle Human from Chicago. He is on my list. Um, he has one of my favorite like battle lines of all time with phone, wallet, keys, pistol. Um, I I've always wanted to battle him just off the strength of his name at that alone. I've chopped it up with him a couple of times. It's pretty cool. But I've always wanted to battle him, probably in Chicago. I've always wanted to travel there anyways. My thing is, when I battle people, I want it to be an environment where I'm either a massive underdog or a massive favorite where it's going to be a classic. And then a third, man. I don't know. I would probably say, you probably don't know him, but there's this guy named Stupid Bars. He's from my city. He's probably one of the top dogs that just doesn't get like a lot of national recognition. He had a PG, but he doesn't get a lot of national recognition. He's a big local favorite though. And I would love to just make a classic with him here in Rochester. I think it would be a big event to do it. And yeah, I think it'd be a good battle to do. So I think those would be my 3 for the local level.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's a good list, and I definitely agree with you and Jables. That'd be absolutely amazing, and like Human he's one of my personal favorites, like right now as well. So I'd love to see
Did you
that.
watch him in Biscuit?
I did.
I think I loved that battle back and forth. I'm a big Biscuit fan as well. He'd be another person I'd clash with too. I think he's super fucking fire. But yeah, Human and Biscuit was so good. I really like Human and Felix, where what did Human say? He said something like, "I have the powers of Batman," or "I'll beat you to fuck up," or something like that. I just thought that's such a flex. I love flexing battle lines. I love them. They're awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? I'm a big Biscuit fan as well, but like I thought Human 3-0'd him, man. I thought he took it really clearly.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I could honestly, I had it 2-1 either way. That's me personally. Like I said, I'm a big fan of both. I think both are incredibly talented, especially Biscuit's work recently through the iBattle tournament. I was on the same card with him as Judgment Day. We sparred multiple times. That's when I first heard of him, actually. And then Human, I've been familiar with for a while. I just thought that battle was so good. But if you say 3-0, I'm not mad at it. A Human had the benefit of going second, though. You know what I mean? It's
True.
just, and he was home. He was in Chicago. So I try not to go off crowd reaction a lot, but he definitely had the crowd fucking wilding in all 3 rounds. So I'm not mad if you say 3-0 Human. I'm not mad.
Yeah, I thought Biscuit's first round was a bit cringy. Like I didn't really like his first round at all. Um, there was a lot of like purposely bad bars in there, if that makes sense. So I'm not.
Yeah, that's sort of his style though, where he does like it's sort of like Memo, because like I think Biscuit and Memo would be so fire. That's another battle that'd be fucking crazy, where they do these purposely bad bars, but it's just so good because it's so bad. It's one of those things. That personally
Yeah,
I like.
and I like that sometimes. I just didn't like. I
It
didn't.
in that battle.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing him in the iBattle tournament, if he'd have taken an approach like he did to the tournament to the
Human,
human
he could
battle,
have
which
won.
is obviously a title match, then it would have been a lot better for me personally. But yeah, I just thought
Right.
all 3 of Human's rounds were stronger, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. Like I said, I'm a big fan of both. So shout out to No Coast, man. Shout out No Coast, New England. It's a beautiful time to be No Coast. I'll tell you that. That match was awesome. And with XQZ and XLV, that match was awesome too.
Yeah,
So
really
shout
good.
out them.
And then obviously the A Ward Primus battle was amazing.
I haven't watched it yet. I'll be honest. I have not watched it.
Definitely watch it. I think Human Biscuit and XQZXLV, that was a mouthful. I think those two are slightly better battles. I'd put A Ward and Primus
Promise.
third, but I think Chef Trez battled at that event as well, right?
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure. I don't remember who though. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't for this like to save my life. I could not tell you who he battled that event. But I do
No, I
remember
can't
Trez was on the
remember
card.
either. But yeah, amazing event by the looks of things. And I mean, as part of, like such a vital part of ECCM, it's exciting times becoming No Coast New England, right?
Yeah, like obviously we've had ties with No Coast for fucking I couldn't tell you how long. Since our first event. Like Shake was there, Orlando obviously has been a roster member for ECCM for a minute. He's been big in No Coast. We've had multiple No Coast guys come through. And you know, that's just one of the like connections we've had where it just makes sense. It just makes sense that to partner up and get some of their guys out there. We go out there, or get them to come here. We go out there. You know, it's a partnership that should have been happened a while ago, and I'm glad it's happened now.
Definitely, yeah, man. And then, I mean, I don't know how in touch you are with the UK scene as such, but obviously, No Coast has also started a UK division now.
Yep,
Um,
I'm fairly in touch with the UK scene. I have a lot of battlers that I didn't know were big until I like looked at their work. Like, as you know, for the iBattle tournament, I got my ass whooped by Nugget. I'm a big fan of Nugget. Like, I went through and rewatched all his. He's an angler, man. He's good. There's a lot of different UK battlers that I'm like starting to get into a little bit more, especially with the establishment of No Coast UK, you know.
definitely, yeah, man. It'd be a good opportunity for you to potentially come over here and battle. But who would interest you
That's my
over
goal,
here?
bro. Oh man. I don't even know. It depends. Like I think I still have some leveling up to do before even traveling over there. But like if Rapid Folk called me right now, fuck. I can't. Why am I blanking on his name? Who did fucking red flag face when he went over there?
Johnny
Rapper.
Darko.
Darko. Yeah, I would want to face Darko.
Nice,
That
man.
I think that would be. Obviously I'm a big Red Flag fan. For anyone who doesn't know, like I like the way he writes a lot. So I think I don't know if I were to go over there, I probably would want to face Darko. I think it would be a decent matchup too. I think it would be pretty good. Cannell's another one. I'm a big Cannell fan. I think he's incredibly funny, and I think he's I just think he's so good.
Yeah,
So I
he's
think
great.
Cannell would possibly be another one.
And I think Canal will be heavily involved with No Coast UK too, so that's
Yeah,
something that could
definitely.
definitely happen. But yeah,
I'm
man,
hoping
that's
so.
a good shout. But yeah, it's exciting times for No Coast, man. They've got a lot going on, and I'm very excited for the UK events too. I'll be at their first one. But like for yourself, so the final kind of battle rap related question really is if you were promoting an event like your own event and you had unlimited funds to put the event together,
Oh, I like it.
who
I
you
like
put
it.
on the card?
So I'm probably just trying to put as many of like my friends on against people I know they would either do well against or like who like would be a big exposure for them. So main event, if I'm doing it and I'm gonna put myself on the card because fuck, I love battling. It'd be me and Nitty at the top. I would do Satan Doe versus DNA and K Shine.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I just think the intensity in that battle would be fucking amazing. I think I would do fuck, it's so hard. I would want to do I didn't even think about this, man. It's gonna take me a second. Um I think I would do Geechee. Oh man. I would like to see a bunch of rematches. Like I'm a big rematch guy. You know what I mean? I like rematches if they're done right. But that's the thing, a lot of rematches aren't done right. I don't know. I also like seeing people go against each other that like are friends, where it's not too personal, but I like it. So I would like to see Machete and Chrome. I know that was planned. I would like to see Machete versus Chrome. I'm a fan of theirs. Oh fuck. I would like to see Truth It. Do you know who Truth It is?
Yes, I'm aware of him. Yeah.
Yeah, Truth It. He had a GZ. I would probably put Truth It in there versus A Ward because they're both big Christian guys, and you know I think it would be a very dope matchup. I would like to see. I don't know, man. Weird as it is, I like weird shit. As people who know me, like I like to see my friends thrive, and I like to see weird things happen. So if I had unlimited funds and they would agree to do it, I would like to see Disaster or not Disaster. I would like to see Organic versus Smack. I would just like to see that battle and see how. It'd be fucking weird. You know what I mean? I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be a great battle, but I think if people saw that on the card, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, is this teams? Like, nope, they're actually battling. I think that'd be amazing. And then I would like to see. I really wanted to see fucking Shoddy, Hora, and what's his name go down, but obviously, and Tay Rock. And I think I'd put that on the card as well. Like I said, I like to see weird things that just you don't expect to happen. You know, I think that'd be part of my card. I'd have to think about it in all honesty, but those would be probably like the main things that I would do.
Nice. Yeah, I like that, man. And so I actually only really found this out properly the other day, but I spoke to Bison Briggs, who runs Premier Battles alongside Shotty, and
Yeah.
so the Tay Rock battle was actually booked as a replacement, and
Oh.
the original battle that was in the works was Shotty Horror versus Lux.
Wow, that's crazy. Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking wild.
fingers crossed
That's gonna
at some
replace
point in the
fucking
future.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna fucking replace Tay-Rock and Shotty for me too. I'd rather see that. I didn't know I wanted to see that battle until I just heard it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely on my fucking list.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, I'm hoping somehow they make that work again in the future, but after the whole Apex situation, unfortunately, they lost a lot of money on that event.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. It sucks, dude. Like that whole situation is just. Did you go to that event? I know it's in the UK.
I didn't know I was actually on holiday in Thailand at the time, so
Oh, that's dope.
the pay-per-view sat on a beach, which was quite cool. But
That's fucking awesome. That's how I want to watch all my battle rap events.
yeah, man, it was good. But I went to the All-Star game in December where Shotty battled John and stuff though. So
Yeah, that was a great battle too. That was so good. I love Shotty, man. I'm a big Shotty fan. Obviously, so is everyone, bro. When you hear like British battle rap, you're like, "Yup, Shotty Horror." It's like the cliche name. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
Sort of like when white people are like, "Oh, I like rap. I like Eminem," and it's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you like Eminem." You know what I mean? That's probably what UK people think. We're like, "Oh yeah, I love English battle rap. I love Shotty Horror." Like that's probably what. But I like Shotty's music too. I'm a big Shotty music fan. Like "Fuck Up the Ting" is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Nice, man. Yeah, yeah. That was like when he was on his very brief grime stage as well. So
I love grime rap. I'm not real heavy into it. I'm a big Skepta guy. What the fuck is the one guy's name that he did a song on Ed Sheeran's album, Stormzy, I want to say.
yeah, okay.
I like Stormzy a lot. I'm a big Skepta guy though. Like I have a couple fucking songs that I knock regularly. It ain't safe for the block, not even for the cops. I love that fucking song, dude. That song slaps. I'm a big
Yeah,
grime guy. I haven't really I've dabbled into it, but I'm not full head into it yet. But I do like grime rap a lot.
nice, man. Yeah, for me personally, I've kind of gone off grime in the last few years. It's not exactly what it used to be when I was obsessed with it as a kid, and it's changed quite a lot since then. But
Yeah, that's a lot of music too. It's crazy. It's
yeah,
all
but
subjective though, I guess.
I've um I've got a huge grime playlist on Spotify, so I'll have to send that over.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that. But no, I mean the card that you've picked is crazy. To be fair, man, that's a really strong card, so I like that a lot. And like for you personally, then, like you said, you love traveling and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
what leagues are on your kind of bucket list, and where do you want to go through battle rap?
Um, I actually have a list. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, give me a second to pull it up. Yeah, iBattle. iBattle's definitely on. Like I've been booked on there twice, and both times my opponents no showed or I no showed. Fun fact: Lex used to hate my guts because I was like 16 or like 17, like when I first started battling. I took a battle for Beast Mode New York and then no showed because I had like this shitty '01 Honda and it couldn't make it to NYC. And I told Lex that, and he's like, "Well, you should have told me this earlier." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "I'm sorry. I felt so bad." And I was on Lex's bad side for a hot minute until I actually met with him at the most recent massacre. And he's like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that." Like, no, I don't hate you. I was like, "All right, man, cool, thank you." Like, I felt so bad because Lex is such a prominent name in battle rap. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I really fucked up doing that. But I'm glad we're no longer at beef at all anymore or anything like that. He supports the movement. He knows I support iBattle like a motherfucker. I love watching iBattle, so iBattle's definitely on my list. Any of the no coast divisions, um, I want to make it to smoked out. I don't know if there's still smoked out battles. I want to make it to smoked out battles in Vancouver. I want to battle Pathogenic on there. I think he's super fire. If you're not familiar with him, his battle on Beast Mode, he got fucking crazy. I'm a big Pathogenic fan. I want to
Yeah, I
battle
like that.
him out there. Yeah, I think we're both two white boy crazy with gun bars. You know, I think that'd be a classic for them. I want to battle to Cali. I've always wanted to battle in Cali. I tried so hard to get booked on Blackout LA. It wasn't in the cards, but um, like I said, I think I'm one of the fastest rising GZs in history, for being honest. Um,
Definitely. Yeah, man.
I'm hoping to hit main stage by 2021 minimum. Like I want it to be 2020, but with COVID, I don't know. We'll see. I have, like I said, that GZ booked and everything, but with A class, I want to battle obviously overseas. I want to come see you guys, dog. I've always loved your guys' scene out there. Doesn't matter what league, dude. If you get me out there, bro, I won't even take I charge. Obviously, I do charge for battles. I'm not gonna sell myself short. I know my worth. But even if you just got me out there, I would do it for nothing. I want to go there so bad. Like I said, I love traveling. So obviously overseas, pretty much anywhere overseas, just book me. Doesn't matter versus who. I'll take it, whatever. And I think I've always wanted to battle in my favorite city in the world, which people are like, why is it your favorite city? But I've always wanted to battle in Pittsburgh, the home of Real Deal. You know, I would love to battle him there in his home.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's my favorite city. I've been there multiple times. I'm a diehard Steelers fan. For if you do know American football, I'm a diehard Steelers fan. So I go to Pittsburgh once, maybe twice a year. I love it there. So that's on my a bucket list place to battle. And Arizona. I forgot about Arizona. I've always wanted to go there.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good list, man. And yeah, I'm similar to yourself. Like I've literally just started battling now, so I've just kind of done my first ever battle. But a lot of the guys over here are very like. A lot of the UK guys, as soon as they start to get big, they tend to expect money, and it's not really the UK scene isn't really in a place to warrant it right now. We don't get the views like most people do. So, like the goal for me personally is just I don't care whether it's fucking Bulgaria or Barbados. Like I just want to travel and meet new people, and
that's my thing, dog. I want to do some shit that I can't do it in Rochester. You know what I mean? That's like every time I go to Mass, they're like, "What do you want to eat? Pizza?" I'm like, "No, I can get pizza in Rochester. Give me a fucking lobster roll or something." Like, I don't know what's big in the UK, but like, give me something, dude. I want to be able to try some shit that I can't get home.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Don't get me fucking buffalo wings. Like, I love buffalo wings. Don't get me wrong. I'm about to have some for dinner tonight. But don't give me some if I'm in Chicago. Give me some deep dish pizza. I want to try new shit and travel the world, dog. That's my thing.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man.
I'm a big like I like to try like dude, I remember Dirtbag Dan like battled on shrooms in the UK. That's on my bucket list. Like I will hands down 100% do that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, do you know what? That battle didn't actually happen in the UK.
What? Where did it happen?
So it was on the Don't Flop channel, but
yeah,
they did that event in Amsterdam.
Oh, wow. How far is that from you?
So Holland or Amsterdam it's an hour and probably about an hour and 20-minute flight. But if you were going to drive, it would take a good kind of 18 hours or so. But
sheesh. Yeah, I don't doubt that in the slightest. It's sort of like Florida to me, I guess, because Florida's like a 2-3 hour flight, but it's 24 hours to get to Florida from where I'm at.
Yeah. It's similar. Like, I mean, the UK's kind of the only island as such in Europe, so we have to get a ferry if we're driving. But apart from that, yeah, you can get a flight to Amsterdam from where I am in Cardiff for probably about, I don't know, maybe $80 or something, and it takes about an hour and 15 minutes. But
it's not bad at all, though.
Amsterdam is where everything's legal, so people go quite often, kind of thing. But
that's a fact.
Yeah, they did the one event there. I think they've actually got plans to go back there. It was meant to be this summer, but obviously that's a bit up in the air now with the pandemic. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, I think it was their first ever event outside of the UK. it was just before they started doing the Don't Flop USA events and stuff as well. So,
Word.
but yeah, Dirtbag Dan on shrooms. I was actually at that event as well. It was,
Were you? It's
yeah,
got to be awesome, dude.
it was a memorable battle. We'll put it that way. It took him. It took him about an hour to film that shit, man, because he just kept bursting into laughter all the time, and it was, yeah,
That's
very
awesome.
funny.
I've had my fair share of like psychedelic trips, dog. Like I went to a Travis Scott concert on shrooms, dog. It was one of the craziest nights of my life, dog. It was so awesome. It was so awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. But I definitely couldn't battle on it. I know that. So fair play to him for pulling it off. But
yeah definitely.
Funny experience. But I mean, apart from that, man, that's kind of the battle rap related questions done with. I've been finishing up with 3 kind of music based questions and then
Cool.
3 very
I was gonna
random
say, dude,
questions at the end. But
yeah, I was gonna say, ask anything you want, bro. Because, sorry, my boss just texted me and telling me I got to come back in. Yeah, let's just do them real quick. Let's get it popping.
nice, let's go. So, top 3 favorite albums of all time.
Of all time,
Yeah.
I have a really weird music taste, but I'm gonna go, Charlie Puth's Voice Notes. These are no order. Currently, no, probably all time. Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent, Charlie Puth's Voice Notes, and Drake's Nothing Was the Same.
Nice.
Are probably my 3.
What's the best live act you've ever seen in terms of like gigs or shows that you've been to?
Definitely Travis Scott, bro. I'm a rager at heart. I love fucking partying, having a good time, just getting all this fucking energy out. And there's nothing like being in the crowd of a Travis Scott show. So Travis Scott, clearly my like number 1. And when it comes to performers, I love it.
Nice. And is there any like lesser known musicians that you're a big fan of that myself or the listeners might not be aware of?
Well, you guys are probably familiar with him, but Eddie I is one of my favorite musicians out currently, and he's a battler. Yeah. But Eddie I've loved every project I've heard from him. I listen to every song. I'm a big fan of Eddie I. So Eddie I probably number 1. There's this kid here in Rochester. He's got a different, unique sound. His name's Steven Zoloft. I like him a lot. Or Stevie Zoloft. Obviously, my group GVO. We make hits, so I love us. You know.
Nice, man. Yeah, I didn't realize that you made music, so I'm gonna have to check that out as well. But sounds good.
Yeah.
And the 3 random questions. So you've kind of answered one of them, I guess. But what's your favorite sports teams?
Oh, okay. I can give you for each sport. Football, I'm a diehard Steelers fan. Well, American football. We'll do European football. I like Man City.
Really?
Yeah. It was the first team I really watched. You know what I mean? I was homesick one day. I was like dead sick, and there was nothing on. And I was like, I'll put on time. And then they just dominated that game. I can't remember who it was against, but I think it was Leicester. I can't fucking pronounce it. Leicester City? Leicester City?
Leicester, yeah. Okay.
Leicester. Okay, Leicester. Yeah, they were facing Leicester, and they just fucking walloped them. And, like, I'm not really huge into soccer, I'll be honest. I play a lot of FIFA. Or actually, probably say I'm a Dortmund fan more than anything.
Okay.
That's who my house watches. Like, that's who my house watches. So, and I do have a Marco Reus jersey.
Nice, man.
So I like Royce a lot. He's my favorite footballer. Basketball is going to be the Celtics. It's another connection to Boston I have. And I like as well Sabres hockey, Yankees baseball.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good list apart from Man City anyway. But
it's a fact. Yeah, you either love them or you hate them, dog. 99% of people hate them. Every time I say it, I get the exact same reaction as you did.
Do you play FIFA on PlayStation then, or are you Xbox?
100%. Yep. PlayStation.
Nice. We'll have to have a game, man. That'll be
Bet.
cool.
I'm willing to run it.
I like it. Cool. We'll get that sorted soon. But I actually had a Dortmund season ticket when I lived in Germany, so I've been to
Lucky
see them
you.
like, maybe about. I didn't go to every game that season because it was still about, I don't know, like 80 miles from where I lived or so. But I went to probably about 15 games over there, so that was cool. But
That's awesome.
I like that, man. And in terms of football for you guys, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, unfortunately. But,
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky sucks. Fuck that guy.
rude. But
I just love Patrick Mahomes, man. I do. I always have.
yeah,
And I think you guys should have took him, but it is what it is.
yeah, I completely agree. I've only got into it over the last year as well. So
Right.
Mahomes was like the guy for me. Like I thought he was incredible. But
Right.
yeah, and like if you could pick anywhere in the world for your next holiday, where would you go?
Probably somewhere warm. I love warm weather. Probably Florida. My sister lives in Florida, so I would just love to go kick it with her, have a good time, and chill by the beach and relax.
Okay, nice, man. I like it. And the final question, which has brought up some mixed answers, but you can pick one sweet and one savoury, but what are the go-to munches?
Okay, Munchies sweet is definitely Reese's peanut butter cups. Go to every time. Love them. My
Okay.
favorite candy. And savory, you definitely don't know what it is, but it's called a garbage plate. In Rochester, it's like this conjunction of mac salad, home fries, and hot dogs or hamburgers. And then basically they throw this meat hot sauce on it, ketchup, mustard, and onions. It's one of the best things I've ever had.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. I like that. That's a good answer, man. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, mate, I'll let you get back to work. But I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. And
Dude,
is there
thank you for
anything
having me.
plug?
Just thank you for having me, man. It's been a delight to talk with you guys, and I hope I get to do it again soon. Hopefully, I could be a reoccurring guest.
Definitely, man. Yeah, we'll definitely sort something out again soon. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on, man, and stay safe over there.
You too, man. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. Rainmakers, man. Get it through your head. Family shit. I'll see you soon.
Too. Take care, bro.
You too. Boy.